And good morning everybody, my name is Osa and we are playing Farming Simulator 22 on Glenleathann. And there's not a lot going on today, at least not in game. I do have 6 fertilizer contracts. I'm not going to mess about with the Kubota today. We're going in the Valtra. Just because it's better balanced. And we should probably get some diesel in it. So, it is April 1. There is no work on the farm to do today. But April, May... I believe May is the time we need to plant corn. So we will be getting that done next month. But I figured we could do with a little bit more money. We're down to 11,000. And we really need to get a move on. Let's get the farm making money again. So next month, I believe, is when I'm going to be planning to do the next round of grass. Grass growing 2 of 3, so it should be ready to harvest next month. And that was the plan, is basically to have the field to the north of this area should be harvested, and then the field to the east of this area should be harvested. That will give us a double load of grass silage to ferment, and then we are off to planting corn. And I'm going to need a planter, which means we're going to need some money, because we're not going to get any money from the silage until June, because that's how long it takes to ferment. Okay, don't need lime. Oh, that's not a lot either. Let's jump out there and... I'm going to go with about 5. That's expensive. Now let's just go 2,000. The problem is, we're now down to 7,000. We have contract near the store. I did notice there's one to our south, so we can do that one. One over behind the store. Not sure how to get to that. I think we'll probably go in there. One up there. One up there. That's 4. It should be 6. There's none over there. We'll start with 88. Just make a loop of the map. Close that up. I mean, with this only half filled, it's not actually that bad for the Kubota. But it does get a little bit light in the front. So this field to our left, I have finished ploughing it. I think that's ploughed. So I should nip in there this month with the cultivator and run that round. So 8 o'clock in the morning. It's actually getting quite bright early in the morning here. So We're having some good mornings, not so much. I mean, obviously the evenings we're sunsetting at 4 or 5 o'clock for now. Now this tractor doesn't have crop sensors on it, so we don't use it on our fields. But it's good enough for now. So mods today. And Patchwork, good morning. There was an update to Maize Plus which has made a couple of adjustments. The mowers, and you no longer need to remember to turn the conditioner on. Once you've set the conditioner on a mower, it stays on. So that is absolutely great from my viewpoint, because we've had so much trouble with that happening. I did hear that something to do with tedders has been addressed so that they now work. Now I know we had a problem with that last time where the tedder just crashed out the game. Also the shovels, if you're using a shovel in a silage bunker, if you're putting grass, chaff, maize, whatever into the bunker, then a shovel will act as a pusher. So it collects more than its actual volume and pushes the product in front of it. If there is silage in the bunker of any type, the pusher function turns off. So you'll have seen on some videos where someone will scoop up some silage in a bucket and then drive out of or reverse out of the silage bunker, and it will leave a pile of silage on the ground. That is because the pusher function was on, so technically the silage or the bucket picks up more silage than it can hold as pushing, but you can't put silage into a silage bunker. So if you scoop up too much, you load up your wagon, you've got some in the bucket, you can't unload that bucket back into the silage bunker. Now apparently there's a reason for that, but we'll ignore that for now. You just can't. So when the pusher function's on, it will try and push the silage. It can't, so it collects more than the bucket's allowed to. And as soon as the bucket is over a piece of land where it doesn't have to, or it's not prevented from dropping the silage, it will empty all over the ground. So that's kind of annoying. So you end up with a pile of silage outside of the silage bunker blocking your way as you're trying to scoop the stuff up. That function now isn't so much of a thing. The pusher function is turned off. I need to turn that off now. Are we done with this contract? Just a question. That's not the contract. That's the contract. We are in 86. Indeed, 98% to go. Okay then. Oh, yeah, there's a little bit there. So I can run this bit. So this field's just been, either it's just been ploughed or it's potatoes. I'm not sure it's potatoes, it's not time to plant potatoes. But we are good with that one, we'll get paid. I'm going to get paid for each of these as we go. So 98, 71, 67, 35 and 20. Now the little icons that tell me, or is that one? No, that one. Nope. What's the work one? Oh, there's another one. Okay, so 67.35. We're here. If we go down there, we'll drive past 67, then it's across the road to 35. Actually across the road that way to 35, and then we can find more. I'm pretty sure there was none down this southern area. Okay, that works for me. Let's go get more income. So we're back up to 14,000. Hopefully we should be at about 30,000 when we finish all of these. That will not extend to getting us a planter though. I think that's about 60,000. So I might need to get out another short loan, which basically covers what we used to have in loans when we bought the Kubota. So when we got paid over winter this year, I paid off the loan, bought a field, and that's about all the money we have left. But that works for me. I'm sure I'm missing something somewhere. So I'm not seeing any flashing field numbers to the south. I'm lost again. We're here. We need to turn left and then right. Okay. Now that field there could seriously do with some work. It's a lot of weeds. And it looks like crop as well, so yeah. Then we take the next right. Now that last field used up, what was it, 20%? So I probably am going to have to buy some more fertilizer at some point. But at least the first contract paid 6,000, so that'll cover us for a while. So what's been going on this week? This week I put my back out after last week's amazing yard work session, but we have completely cleared out all of the tree limbs. There's a little bit of debris left that needs to be shoveled into the trailer on the back of the mower. We've also, Mrs. Osa did trim all of the hedges along the front of the house except one, which is the most unruly. And that one we're not doing this weekend because we've got lots of things going on. She's out of town next weekend, so it'll probably be about 2 more weeks and then we'll get that hedge chopped back. But I got no more wood to burn with it, so it's probably all going to get dumped into the fire pit and left until I do some more tree limb chopping stuff. Oh, this field's actually second stage fertilization. But oh my goodness, have I been in a lot of pain for my back. As I mentioned last week, this weekend we have, it's Mrs. Osa's birthday on Monday, which is one of the reasons why she's out of town next week. So we're going out to eat this evening. There is also a model railway open house in town which we're taking the kids to see. So today's stream will probably end a little bit early. The plan is to go to that at around... starts at 12 o'clock, but we'll finish the stream, have lunch, and then we'll be leaving for that. As I said, we're going out to eat this evening. There was a team thing at church this evening, but unfortunately our church has gotten to the stage where they don't tell us these things until the week before. So, you know, last Sunday they said, oh, there's a teen event going to be happening this Saturday. That's really nice. Could you have told us last month when we could have planned for it? We now have plans, so that's, for us, that's not going to be a thing. It would have been nice to go, but I'm not changing my plans that we've had for nearly a month because you decide to throw something on seemingly at the last minute. Now, it might not be the last minute, but it seems to be, so that's the thing. That feels kind of weird. It's half grown, half not grown. Now, hopefully 647 litres is enough to do this field at the end here, because it's a long drive to the store, but we are going to have to go to the store to get some more. Oh, first stage fertilisation on this field. Now obviously we're not gaining the benefits of precision farming on these fields. Oh yeah, there was, there was a mod this week for Maize Plus, as I was saying. One of the things it does is it automatically shuts off Maize Plus when you're playing on a map with, what is it? TerraLife, which is another mod from the farming agency. Now, this map does not have TerraLife on it, so wouldn't be an issue for us, but basically that confirms that TerraLife and Maize Plus don't work together. Now it might be, I haven't followed the development of TerraLife, but it might be that TerraLife provides a more in-depth Maize Plus experience. But I'm probably not playing with TerraLife, at least not until I understand a little bit more about it. Okay, are we gonna make it on this field? Should do. Give me a message. 35 complete. Magic. Okay, we'll head back to the entrance. And I think we'll go and get the income claimed for both of these and buy some fertilizer at the store. Oh, fertilizer at the store. Speaking of which, there's a really cheap rock picker. There is a weeder. There's this thing, 16,000 for a nice little skid steer. I would like a skid steer at some time. I'm not sure I can really justify it right this minute. I think that's a planter. Yes, it is. But it's only 4.5 meters. I kind of want the Horsch one. Primarily because the Horsch one goes with our cedar tank. Okay, completed. Get paid, get paid. And I should go back to the store, give them a call and have them bring... technically, probably should be a couple of pallets of solid fertilizer. Those are a little bit small. buy 4 of those. That should have been about 4. Oh, yeah. I bought those because from a pseudo-realism point of view, we can pick them up with our hands and load the spreader. Big bags we can't, but I just remembered the store has a forklift. So buying big bags isn't an issue because we can pick them up with the forklift. I forgot, so it is what it is. Why you stop there? I think there's a pedestrian collision detection in the wrong place there. So the vehicles pile through the pedestrian crossing when people are crossing, but they stop like half a mile down the road to let the pedestrians cross. Alrighty, here we are. So we'll get these loaded. Also at 750 per pallet, that does mean that we're looking at 3,000 total, which is less than a full tank on this. Okay, where are we going next? 20, 71 and 98. 20, 71 and 98. Is 20 up here? No. Oh, 20's over there. 71, 20. And then 98. 93, 94, 95, 99. Oh, 98 right there. Ah. That's kind of annoying because there isn't a clear way to that. And I had to come to the store to fill up anyway. So 71 looks like we can nip through the forest there up to 20. But then cutting back to 98, we're actually going to have to go back to the yard. Ah, well. Three to go, still. But as I said, this, well, it should put us about 25,000. Jump into, or we'll connect to the thing that does the cultivation stuff, and let's get that field prepared. Hopefully the rain holds off today. We probably won't have much in the way of work for April 2, 3 or 4, so we'll skip those months. This is one of the advantages with not having animals, is we don't have to do a lot of things when we when there's no other things to do. That was the one thing with Maypole, we had to, no matter what, we were always feeding the animals frequently. So we couldn't skip through the entirety of winter. We had to wait until the animals were, or take breaks to feed the animals. And then what that means is you know, you have to sit and watch me shoveling stuff into a feeder in order to get them all fed. Might look at a silo that will hold TMR. That way I can mix a bunch of it and fill up the tipper, grain cart, with the silage whenever animals need to get fed. That way, yeah, I can do the mixing off camera, which would work. I just get, I get a little bit concerned if all I'm doing is mixing up animal feed every 5 minutes and then sleeping 3 days and mixing up another batch of feed and sleeping 3 days, and it just, I just want to get through Christmas and get on with the next thing. I mean, obviously, as far as this goes, how are we doing there? It's pretty tight. Okay. As far as we go here, yes, we're probably going to do a fair amount of fertilisation contracts. It's a little bit unfortunate when I finished last week, I actually jumped through to April 1, and there were a bunch of seeding contracts. So I thought, oh, that's good. I came out of the contract screen, looked at what was on sale at the store, went back to the contract screen, and all of the planting contracts were gone. So I turned on Lazy Farmers so that I haven't turned them on for harvesting at the moment. So farmers will harvest their own stuff as and when required. But things like fertilisation, liming, cultivating, all of the other stuff, Lazy isn't, we will never do it. Lazy is, we'll give you a little bit longer than 5 minutes to decide whether you want to do this contract or not. So they will do them eventually, but they won't say, oh, you didn't do it yet. It's not available anymore. So that's good. We can climb that one now. I'm going to go, pretty sure I can get out this way. Find out here. And up to 20. Is 20 this way? Looks like it. And 20 should be this one here. Yes, it is. The thing is with the spreader is we can do it at 11 miles an hour when hills and vales allow, but it has an incredibly wide working width. I don't have to worry about crashing into trees, and I don't have to unfold it. So you can get jobs with the spreader done very, very quickly. With a sprayer, you have to fold it up, you have to unfold it at each field. However, the advantage with the sprayer is I can see where I'm spraying. So it's a lot easier to find the overlap.